This is kind of a fun question for a number of reasons, but Brandon says this: you wrote Mass Made Simple, right? Easy Strength, yes. And Armor Building Formula, right. Each focuses on a different aspect of physical training: mass, strength, and hypertrophy. How are these three aspects woven together for all-around fitness? Well, it's interesting you say that, because I'm also thinking in the back of my mind, I've written books on kettlebells and discus throwing, and I've written articles on King Arthur and Beowulf. How do I knit everything together is, it's a phrase I use way too much, but this is important. If I was working with you as an American football player or as a rugby player, probably the first program I'd get you on after we kind of organize things a little bit with you, teach you all the basic moves, but at least once or twice a year, we would do the full Mass Made Simple program. And the reason mass is so important to collision sports, it's an old joke we have in American football. Everybody slows down as the game goes on, but nobody gets smaller. Mass has great value in many things in life. I would also then, when we move into certain periods of the year, during the season especially, where we want to keep strength up as easily as we can, I would move to easy strength. Now, some people say, well, you're having the athletes lift 5 days a week. Well, yeah, but we're talking about 5, 15 to 20-minute sessions lifting, not 5-hour sessions. And right before the season, I would sprinkle in the armor building formula. There is a conditioning aspect to the ABF, both the barbell and kettlebell program. It does seem to prepare you for the hits in the games. This is the feedback I get from my athletes. But I did this years ago, and I know it's in one of my books, where I gave a full overview of how to train an American football team. And it comes out basically is that right after that Christmas, so American football is a fall sport unless it's the NFL. But right after the Christmas and New Year's, we would maybe take a week or two to break back into getting ready for training. It could be something as simple as a plank program, general bodybuilding. And then after that, we'd maybe even run our first Mass Made Simple program. It's still deep winter. I've always found it easy to put weight on people in the winter. You get them as big and as strong as you can. And then right after maybe one or two, just one round of Mass Made Simple, we would slide to easy strength. When we slide to easy strength, I would also recommend you maybe work on a sprint program. It's also track and field season. Get them out in track and field, get them running. And once we get to that, so it's easy strength and the sprint work. If we do have a spring football time, I would slide right back to easy strength. And the moment spring training is over, we assess, we look at things, and let's just make it a general thing. Everyone on the team needs to get bigger. So we'll do Mass Made Simple for the second time, which will carry us into maybe June. Once June hits, it's time to condition for the season. It'll be armor building formula time. And then once the season sneaks up on us, we slide back to an easy strength protocol and just do our best to stay as healthy as we can. I don't know if you can work every quality all the time. I know it can be done badly. I've never seen it done well. So that's why I always like to have an emphasis. As I'm reading this today, I'm working with my throwers, and we've just, finished, 9 months of a system I call Fit Goes Far. It means that we're getting in shape to throw far. And then when the season sneaks in, track and field season, that's when we slide over to Smooth Goes Far. My better throwers realize that once the season starts, breaking personal records in the weight room and throwing far at the track meets at the same time is really hard. So you got to pick and choose when you're chasing the bigger weights and when you're chasing the bigger throws. And I think that's a truism about everything. It's real hard to chase, if you chase two rabbits, you go home hungry. And the most important thing, Brandon, is to, be a little bit of a sniper and say, this is the time of year to do this. And maybe 6 to 8 weeks later, good, we did that. Now it's the time to do this. Okay. Fun question, and I hope I answered it well. So thank you so much.